Humid air can cause illnesses, ruin our furniture, our clothes, so we need to get rid of the humidity, and the dehumidifier will be suitable for this. I will also show it to you. It won't be a very long video, as there isn't too much I can demonstrate on it, but I will certainly share my own experiences. Show you what the machine looks like from the outside, how to use it, and what options and settings are available on it. So let's go through these steps. When unpacking, you won't find too many parts or accessories, just one, that is one manual, and one that is one drainage hose. Apart from that, only the machine will be in the package. If you take it out, you will see that you are dealing with a very simple, minimal design structure, with no frills, patterns, or glowing LEDs or anything else on it. Moreover, its operation is just as simple, as this is not a smart device. It doesn't have Bluetooth, it doesn't have Wi-Fi. There's no app for it. You will control it with the buttons on top, and you have no other options. However, it is somewhat smart in that it does have an automatic function, which I will talk about a bit later. So what can this device do? It operates with a power of 290 watts and can extract 16 litres of water from the air daily. Its tank has a capacity of 3.5 litres, so if it operates at 100% efficiency, it will need to be emptied several times a day. Additionally, if you have a drain where you can let the water out, this hose comes into play, as it can be connected to the outlet spout, inserted into a drain, and the water can flow out through it, so you won't need to empty the water tank. The machine can operate in several modes. It has a continuous mode, and there is one where you can set the humidity level between 30 and 90%. Additionally, what's interesting about it is that it also has an automatic mode, which means it not only considers the humidity, but also the temperature of the room's air. Because at different temperatures, different humidity levels are comfortable for the comfort mode. This means precisely that it sets 60% between 5 and 20 degrees, 55% between 20 and 27 degrees, and above 27 degrees it automatically sets the humidity to 50%. I think this is the best mode for this device, as long as you want to regulate the humidity in your apartment. How does the gadget work? Well, you have to set everything up and turn it on yourself. There is no automation. For example, it starts with you having to open the vent on the top, and you have to close it when you're not using it. In one respect, it's definitely a good solution, because dust won't get in when you're not using it. However, it's bad in the sense that if you forget to open it, the machine's performance won't be good, as it expels the intake air through this opening. So, the first thing to do when starting is to open this structure with the opening on top. Then you can turn it on with this button and select the mode you want to use here. There is the CO mode, which means the completely continuous operation mode. There is the mode adjustable from 30 to 90, as I mentioned, and finally after 90 degrees there is the automatic mode, which I have already explained. The manufacturer claims that this structure produces 35 decibels of noise, which is both true and not true. It's true because when I turn on the machine, we have two fan speeds available. If I only consider the sound of the fan at the higher and lower speeds, then indeed we will get the 35 decibel noise level. I'll show you in a moment. In the case, however, where not only the fan is operating, this noise will be higher than 35 decibels, and the problem is not that this noise is somewhat higher, but that this machine, since it has a compressor and a heat emitter, heat exchanger like a normal refrigerator, so sounds exactly like a refrigerator. So it has the sound of a compressor, and this compressor sound is not a quiet, whispering fan sound, but rather a slightly grumbling, rattling sound. The manufacturer claims that due to the low noise level, they say 35 decibels, it can even be placed in a bedroom, and it can be used at night as well. You can perform dehumidification with it, and we will be able to sleep peacefully next to it. Well, this is not certain, and obviously it depends on the individual. I can often sleep even with cannon fire, So for me, this machine might be fine, but I'm sure there are those who find this noise a bit too much. Now you can hear the sound of the compressor, and I can show you how much noise it will make. So you can see that this is definitely not 35 decibels. And the other problem I mentioned is that we're not talking about a consistent noise, but rather a humming, slightly grumbling noise. So I don't completely agree that this can be used in a bedroom at night while sleeping. What can this device be used for? Well, naturally, primarily to adjust the humidity level of the air in our home in places where there is too much moisture. This can be in older buildings, poorly insulated houses, or homes where the humidity is generally high. This can really be adjusted relatively easily because if we ventilate, we achieve lower humidity, but the home cools down. So you have to give something to get something. If you don't want to cool down the house and you don't want water running down the inside of your windows, you'll have to buy such a device and use it to reduce the humidity in the home. This will be healthy at a level between 50–60% if the humidity in the home is higher than this. Then the moisture will start to seep into the furniture, books, clothes, and everything else. Leading to mold growth, the air will be filled with various fungal spores, which can cause allergic symptoms and illnesses. So not only will your furniture and clothes get ruined, but you can also get sick. For this reason, it is very important to always keep the humidity between 50 and 60%. Fortunately, we don't have such a problem. The insulation is good, the windows and doors are good, there is ventilation, so we don't have humidity issues. However, I can also use this device because our laundry room is in the basement where there is no proper ventilation. In winter, we can't hang clothes outside in the yard, there's no sunshine, so we are forced to hang them here inside the basement. And since there's a lot of laundry, these clothes dry very slowly. With the help of this machine, however, I can speed up the drying of the clothes as I remove the humidity from the air, so in the drier air the clothes will dry faster. You might ask why I don't just buy a dryer. Well, on one hand, there are a lot of clothes, and the dryer would have to run for a long time. A dryer can consume up to 2,000 watts per hour, more compared to this device which uses 290 watts. So we can say that the solar device consumes about as much electricity in 6 to 7 hours as a dryer does in 1 hour, and with the amount of clothes we have hanging out, they wouldn't fit in one load in the dryer, so it probably wouldn't run for just 1 hour, but maybe for 2 or 3 hours to dry all the clothes. Now you might also understand why it's simpler, or at least cheaper to use such a machine than a dryer, even if the clothes effectively dry faster in the dryer, but we no longer need this extra speed. Okay, so to summarize things, here is the Solayce machine, which is a very reliable compressor dehumidifier, capable of extracting 16 liters of water from the air daily with a 3.5 liter tank. You can set the humidity level of the room's air between 30 and 90%, and it also has a very good automatic mode. That's what it can do, nothing extra, no smart functions, no mobile app included. If I could have a complaint about it, it might just be that the 3.5 liter tank can sometimes be insufficient, but if it had a larger tank, the machine itself would be larger. So, it's a trade-off here as well. Once again, the price is left for the end. You can buy this machine with a coupon from a European warehouse for 51,000 forints, which, knowing Hungarian prices, is considered a very good price. So if you need a well-functioning compressor dehumidifier, then check out the Solayce machine. Under the video on YouTube, there will be a link where you can purchase it, along with the coupon code that allows you to get this 51,000 forint price. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe, and come back or check back later as I'll be posting more videos and reviews. Bye.